even-ish instead of just SuGo reacting the whole time to NeMu, where NeMu is just going to have control of the flow the whole game. I think SuGo is kind of counteracting that by going for the gateway first. So let's get into our first game. Let's see if SuGo is going to go for that gateway expand. The first map is going to be Circuit Breakers.
All right.
Right in the bottom left, we have our Bulgarian Zerg. It is NeMu.
And in the top right-hand corner, as the white Protoss, we have SuGo.
So you mentioned briefly that you find this map a little bit difficult for Protoss. So what do you think makes this map difficult for Protoss?
It's just kind of open. It's exposed. There's a lot of bases that Zerg can attack, and there's a lot of just different attacks that come through a lot of different areas. Like, for instance, trying to take that third base, Zerg has a natural 3 different areas he can go through. And then, of course, you've got the fact that third base, the most natural third base, has no gas. And, well, Protoss really likes.
Yeah, that's also my experience when I play Protoss. Oh, wow. We got to say that we've got an in-base pylon for SuGo.
Deviation. SuGo is wanting to dictate the tempo of this game for once.
Yeah, so this time he's going to be putting on a lot of pressure with the Zealot. We can be pretty confident that this Zealot is not going to be made and sit back in his base. Now, SuGo is in Nas clan. I think, is it Yeti Nas? Yeti is a European Protoss. And in the NA vs EU series, he did pull out a 1-base Reaver play. Now, because I think they know each other, we could definitely see that here. Yesterday, we saw Ghost2Dark go for 2-gate Zealot. I feel like that's kind of more all-in-ish than going for this Reaver tech. At least you're going to have that power punch with the AoE. So I do think that it's more likely that SuGo is going to go for tech play here as opposed to 2-gate. But as I say that, there's a...
Yeah. All right, so let's see. I mean, we've seen basically nothing but Zealot-based early open go, and obviously that in the game. So we'll see what SuGo can do here with his micro. Of course, 12 hatch, and he does have cross spawns. So given that, I don't expect him to have terrible trouble with this, and it should be pretty good for NeMu.
Yeah, so 2-gate, obviously a very old school build. We're going back to even like 1998. That's how long ago this build goes back to. So what do you think is the most common follow-up to 2-gate? Like, how many Zealots are we going to be building? Are we going to stay on 2-gate while teching? Is he going to take a Nexus behind this? What do you think we can expect from SuGo?
I mean, you know, this is not 1500-1600 play. Given where we're at, I'm expecting we'll see some sort of a tech follow-up. That's what we've been seeing the most in terms of high-level PVCs that I can think of recently. And the same trend has also become much stronger recently in PvP as well. It used to be a lot of 5 Zealot Nexus, and now it's a lot of 3 Zealots and straight into tech. And I think we'll just see tech, because otherwise your gas is just so late that you don't really have any options.
Yeah, so yesterday, Ghost2Dark built a lot of things. I think even 10. We didn't even see gas. I think he did go for a Nexus, but I do agree with your assessment that we could definitely see some tech play. This probe is already at the ramp now. That makes me think he wants to build a Nexus, but it is blocking, so it could just be kind of blocked. But I really think that this is...
Although no gas up yet, so yeah, there's a good chance we will actually see a Nexus.
Yeah, so SuGo most likely going to go for a Nexus here. He's going to get his econ going a little harder before he wants to go into those high-tech units from Protoss. Now, NeMu, he has that third hatch. Now it's at the mineral only. This is a deviation that he's done from all the other ones.
Let's take a look at the bottom of the map, though.
Yeah. What's this? This looks like proxy gates. Is it going to be 3-4 gates?
4 gates. 4 gates will proxy.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Wait, NeMu just canceled his third hatch. Yeah. So how did he know that this is going on?
I don't think he had anything. Did the Ling get... I don't think the Ling got close enough to see it yet. The Overlord's...
Well, somehow he has determined that this is an all-in. And this is perfect because that hatchery 100% was going to die.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, NeMu's still here. This is still a somewhat threatening amount of Zealot. 2 probes pulled with this. Just 1 sunken for right now. And NeMu's basically making pure Lings. But, of course, SuGo is pure all-in with this. He's just sitting on... basically control group probes.
So SuGo is very all in here. Unlike Ghost to Dark yesterday, at least we have a decent probe saturation to follow back on. But he is hard committed to these Zealots. Now, NeMu still doesn't know about the 3rd and 4th gate at the bottom, but he must suspect something is up. Because why else would he cancel that happen?
And I guess the idea here is and he didn't have fast speed, so he just felt like, well, I can't have 3 hatches again, so that's probably why he did this. But he doesn't know there's 4 gates, and he's only on 1 sunken. And at some point, when you get, like, 10 Zealots in here, these Lings are basically going to line up against them, so NeMu's going to need to find this at some point and add another sunken. Yeah, unless he gets speed kicking in here soon. But now we're getting quite a few Zealots, and this is initial very good engagement here from SuGo. NeMu's Lings are not fighting effectively at all, and SuGo is getting much better trade here from NeMu on the micro. And look at this, just 1 sunken against 5 Lings remaining.
Yeah, there's just not enough from NeMu right here. Speed is so close to being done. But I am worried for NeMu that we don't have sunkens up. There's how many Zealots? 8 Zealots?
Yeah, speed's going to kick in here. And I mean, 3 hatches with Speedlings obviously shuts down a 2 gate, but 2 gate slow lots, that's just so much Zealot maps with Zealots on top of the Sunken. Sunken is gone now, and there's just, I think, too many Zealots, although SuGo's getting a little bit sloppy here with his control after having a great first engagement. And now it looks like for the moment, NeMu has enough Zerglings here to force SuGo back, and this is not broken yet.
Yeah, so SuGo has not broken it just yet, and NeMu might think that the pressure's over at this point. But we know there's 2 more gates at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I am getting kind of worried because we're floating 400 minerals. I feel like he needs to build a sunken. Well, maybe not. He has an overwhelming amount of Zerglings.
Yeah, he's got a lot here. He's looking in for a surround, trying to pin him against the wall. He's getting better arc. And there we go. This is a little bit better micro from SuGo, but still quite a few Lings here from NeMu. I keep calling him Nemo.
So SuGo, like, these gates are exposed. If NeMu finds that, those gates are going to go down immediately. There's just flat out too many Lings for NeMu at this point.
The difference now, though, let's see if he can get the surround and finally clean these up. There we go. He finally gets the surround he needs. But the difference here is NeMu has been making non-stop Lings. He's been needing to, and SuGo has been starting to probe behind this. So SuGo has a much more robust economy than NeMu has right now. But with 4 gateways, SuGo should just be able to go to his ramp and defend, and he can actually continue to trickle Zealots in from the lower gate if NeMu goes all the way across the map, although SuGo's losing some reinforcements out here on the map from misrally gateways.
That is true. My main issue for SuGo here is that he's been consistently losing the Zealots at the bottom, but he can't sync the Zealots from the top because if they move out, they get surrounded. So you're having this issue of you have a lot of Zealots that are critical mass, but they're not together.
All right, and NeMu's going to send some Lings in from back around side. There's nothing here. All this is annoying now that it's going to start to be Lings running around in your main. And I don't know why SuGo is going cross map. I guess he wants NeMu to come back and fight him that way so he can get his Nexus up, but I think NeMu can just kind of play around this at this point, especially because he's adding a creep colony, getting a 4th hatch, and just making a ton of Lings. SuGo's got a probe pull here, but his Zealots are surrounded and about to go down, and then the Lings will just start eating probes, although it looks like they will die. And actually SuGo is going to get a little bit of what he wants here, but plenty of defense for NeMu, plenty of Lings. Sunken is about to finish. And I don't even think SuGo can afford to run in here. And being this far out on the map with slow lots, if NeMu's Ling mass gets high enough, NeMu just goes in for the surround here and devours these Zealots.
Well, there's still 7 Zealots here, so that's a high amount. These Lings aren't going to be able to deal with them. Lings are streaming across the map. Oh, where are SuGo's Zealots and his mains? They're at the minerals.
Oh my
He's going to get on top of the ramp.
Yeah.
Well, NeMu has finally confirmed the gateways at the bottom, but he's just streaming to the main. The Zealots are out of position. SuGo, you got to get on your ramp.
SuGo's going to have some sort of a counter here, but this is so many Lings. They're going to be able to get surrounds. Probe is being pulled, but the Lings are already on top, getting good arc on several of these Zealots, softening them up tremendously. And if he retreats to the minerals, then the Lings have position over the gateways. I feel like the only option now is for SuGo to counter and hope he can do something, but he's going to start losing almost all of his probes, and tremendous damage here from NeMu, unrecoverable damage, I think pretty much at this point, unless SuGo can just do amazing wonders. But look how many Lings, 4 hatches are at the natural. Definitely too late for SuGo here. His mineral line is devoured.
Yeah, so NeMu's going to go up 1-0. He's got enough to stop the Zealots at his natural. Just a flood of Lings non-stop from him.
He's not even fighting in Sunken. He just doesn't even care. He's like, I got so many Lings, boy, you're dead.
Yeah, and so SuGo's 1 game away of being eliminated.
So again, there's another case that of the, kind of unorthodox player dealing with the more standard player trying to play unorthodox. I mean, NeMu didn't even know that that gateway was there. Those two gates were there, and he still defended pretty comfortably. He just, is more used to these kind of positions, and you can tell he just knew the right amount of links to send to different places, how to kind of pull SuGo around, and he just basically just pulled him apart.
Yeah, you said it earlier that they definitely, or NeMu definitely has more experience in these chaotic games. You can tell because SuGo Zealots at the end just all over the place, was never able to sync them up. So,
and I have to admit too, there was some early points where I don't know if it was misprobes and he just didn't have enough economy for 4 gates, or if it was miss macro, but I didn't feel like there was a steady 4-gate reinforcement. In some of those initial engages, it just didn't feel like his zealot count was growing the way I expected, because I was a little worried after NeMu took that first engage. It was a bit where SuGo definitely had better control and it was looking scary, but then it just didn't feel like enough zealots came in from SuGo. So I am wondering if he didn't have enough money or missed a little bit there.
He may have missed. I think really the issue was it's cross map. He could never get them together, and that's why it always just seemed like such a low count. But regardless, great job from NeMu. We're gonna be going into game 2. Don't know what the map is. Hoping we get something new. Do we? Maybe we. Okay. It is going to be in the way of an eddy again.
Nope. Same maps.
All right. So if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So we're going into in the way of an eddy. Game 2, SuGo versus NeMu. NeMu 1 game away from making it out of this group. I did say NeMu there.
Yeah, I think we're both accidentally calling him NeMu sometimes. NeMu, we apologize. I don't know why we keep saying NeMu occasionally, but we apologize.
All right, in the bottom left, we've got the Bulgarian Hope. He's shocking a lot of people in the chat right now. It is NeMu.
And in the top left here, up against the ropes of elimination, we have the NA Protoss, SuGo.
So this map I do, we were talking about Circuit Breaker being a hard map to get the third base. Of course, Eddy, not an easy map to get a third base, but when you're playing versus players that are all inning constantly, at least SuGo will have that very good Ling type wall that he pulled out versus Dark. I wonder if he's going to change it up this time. Is this the game where we don't go forward? I feel like that's... Yeah. The gate is not working.
No. The 2-gate definitely wasn't working. Even the 4-gate wasn't working. The gate expands versus NeMu. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Also not really doing much for him. Just maybe even playing a little bit too safe, a little too scared sometimes. Obviously not the last game, but if you go 4 gates and play scared, I don't know what to say about that.
Oh, I can't wait for this text.
Don't have
I thought he was going to talk about the game as opposed to the internet. So we do have gateway for a gateway. This is, yeah. Of course, I'm not a Protoss player, so maybe gateway play is coming back into fashion. I am surprised that we're seeing it every single time, but sometimes even if something's not working, if that's what you've practiced, you got to go with your build that you've practiced. Don't just change it because it's not working. If you have only played a build one time, it's most likely you're going to mess it up. So I don't blame SuGo for going for this build, but so far NeMu's had a great counter to it.
Yep, another 12 hatch from NeMu here.
Yeah, 12 hatch. Now last game we did see NeMu put his 3rd hatch at the mineral only on Circuit Breaker. It was different from all the other games where he had a 3rd hatch at his natural. I wonder if he's going to pull that out here.
Well, we'll see. We've got a drone heading out, and then given the mineral it's headed out at, I think it's headed to a distant base.
Right, there goes that drone. This could be a scouting drone.
Oh, it might just be scouting, yeah. It is.
Or it could be, again, he hasn't scouted yet, so he may be sending this up here because he wants to take this base, but unfortunately for him, this is SuGo's base. You can't take it.
Well, he did once. He might do it again.
Oh, he did. That is true. He's Cats Jr., but unfortunately that Nexus is up.
No, yeah. Is Cats the same as, like, Cat's Paw?
I don't think so. Cats is a very old-school Brood War player. Now, StarCraft 2 root owner.
Oh, that Cats. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Cats. That Cats. Yeah. StarCraft 2 root player.
I'm with you.
So NeMu has taken mid-left.
Yep. Only two pairs of links out here from NeMu. But again, I think SuGo's going to get one chance to dive in here, maybe get a drone, and then just needs to go park behind the minerals. Oh, okay. Almost too slow reactions, but does get the drone pulled. And yep, Zealot's just going to head behind the minerals. And oh, he's going to leave the probe. That's going to make a very easy kill here. Oh, he's trying to come back in, and NeMu just barely reacts in time. Yeah, and now it's getting glitched into a position it doesn't really want to go. It's got to run here and see where he takes it. But I don't think he's going to be able to get behind the minerals again. And I'm losing a few free hits there.
SuGo's 2 probes moved across the map, tracing.
3 probes. So yeah, 2 probes. Yeah.
So this is a lot of, 2 probes. He does have decent saturation, but Protoss in the early game do cut a lot of probes.
Yeah, timing is everything too in this matchup. So you cut 20 minerals. That's a few seconds lost on some of your timings. And this Zealot is doing nothing but just getting bumped by these lings. It's basically NeMu actually attacking his pool for half a second. Oh no, the Zealot is out on top of the drone. It doesn't even do anything. 0 ling does NeMu. And now we got a few lings up here harassing. Oh no, he slipped some in! And he can do a little damage on the cannon. It's certainly not going to be enough to stop the cannon, but it is enough to get a probe kill, and even that's worth it.
Yeah, that's very nice from NeMu. Now, even though that Zealot didn't get really much damage done, it has confirmed no gas for NeMu. So again, NeMu, we're approaching 4 or 5 minutes here with no gas.
Yep. Seen him play this before, and the cannon is up, so he can't do anything against the wall. And it looks like NeMu is going to place a 4th hatchery over here, just 3rd base. And then we'll see if he does 5 hatch, no gas, or if he does the same thing as last time. If he does, he's going to slap down 2 gas right about now.
Yeah, he'll be getting his gas pretty soon. We see SuGo taking a fast gas that is natural. Definitely going to be a Stargate build. There is the Stargate. Now we've been seeing... I think we're going to see 5 hatch, no gas from NeMu. Feels like there should be a hatchery making. Minerals are awfully high for nothing else going on. Yeah, there needs to be a hatch or gas or something. Even though NeMu's econ is going to be really good because he's powering so hard, that, like I talked about earlier, there is a point in the game where, sure, your econ's good, but Protoss is building up that Zealot count constantly.
Alright, it's 5 hatch, no gas.
If you're too slow to start building Hydras, it kind of just snowballs because you weren't building Hydras fast enough. Still no gas. I'm surprised. 530, no gas. Is it gonna be a 6 hatch? This is somebody
6 hatch, no
chat.
gas?
Somebody in the chat that's Zerg, tell me what this is. I've never seen this.
Yeah,
is Jaeyoon here? This is the actual drone man. We talked about Jaeyoon being drone man. I think NeMu might take that crown. Yeah,
6 hatch, no gas. I've never even heard of. I have no idea what he's gonna do about this Corsair. Is he gonna make a spore? There's an Evo, right? Yeah, there's an Evo. Okay, so he's just gonna spore against the initial Sair and have some crazy Hydra timings.
Wait a minute, did I just see an evolution chamber?
Yeah, he's got a spore. Like, he has to spore.
Oh, he's spore. I was like, dude, we've got an evolution chamber before gas. What's going on?
Otherwise, there's just no way. 6 hatch before, even 5 hatch before gas is like cutting it close, but 6 hatch before gas, there's just no way you could defend the Corsair. It would start massacring Overlords. Gonna put down a second creep colony. And then I'll be curious, because I've never seen 6 hatch before gas, so I'll be very curious to see what Hydra timing he gets out of this. I'm assuming this has got to be Hydra play.
Well, we thought that last game when he was on in the way of an Eddie. He did open Hydra initially, but then he went into a Mutaswitch. Now he does have good econ, so he's able to get the double gas pretty fast, probably even take the 3rd gas pretty fast. And SuGo, I'm not sure if he's really going to have any place to attack, because the way NeMu's set up, this is probably going to be mass Sunkens. If I was SuGo at this point, I may even think about going mass Goon with range, because you're highly confident it's going to be mass Sunken at this point, right? So if you can just get a ton of Goons, you can range the Sunkens with a little Zealot support. I think that would be great.
And with no gas, that link speed's going to be slow, although NeMu is prioritizing link speed here before his Hydra. I'm just very curious to see where this build goes. This is, totally kind of off the grid.
So I'm not sure if this is a blunder. I'm pretty sure it is a blunder because of how important gas is, but SuGo unfortunately only has 2 probes in his gas at his main. That's really going to hurt him, getting those very important Templars out. And
are there going to be Dragoons? No, there's not going to be Dragoons. So he's just going to go into standard play here against this, because I was going to say, if there was Dragoons that came down for Dragoon pressure, this Hydra Den is very forward, and that would be extremely disruptive if NeMu intends to go into Hydras, but not going to be the case. And these Zealots need to be very careful here. NeMu does have speedlings out, he does have a Sunken. I don't really feel like they can get there's way too many links here. He can easily get surrounded if he's not careful.
Yeah, there's so many links. And this evolution chamber, he He's halfway to +1 armor, so it's going to counteract the +1 from
Oh!
SuGo pretty soon.
Oh, SuGo's double Archoning. Wow, is he afraid of what is going on here? I don't think you want double Archon against this.
Well, you may, because the Lings are going to have +1 armor
I guess as
pretty
many as
soon.
he's made.
All he's seen is Lings at this point. Based
Yeah,
on
that's
last game,
true. That's true.
NeMu made how many Lings last game? It was infinite. So NeMu might be going for some weird style where he's going mass Ling with fast upgrades with Hive Tech behind it.
Yeah, that's possible. But then why make the Hydra Knight? He's just going to make a couple lurkers for defense if he needs them. Although NeMu's wasting a few Lings here and not really getting on top of guns or doing anything. So this is a bit... I don't know where NeMu's attention is focused right now, but it's obviously not on that. SuGo... Oh, he got a Burrow Ling, though. He's got Burrow.
We got some Burrow play coming in.
So we're going to have mass Burrowed Lings. Or at least being positioned around the map. Not necessarily burrowed, but they are like positioned. It looked like he was going to make like a ring of Lings.
Well, NeMu's got to be very careful now because +1 armor has not kicked in just yet, and Protoss has +1.
He's only got one
not
sunken.
much defense. There's a huge opportunity for SuGo to go in here. Lurker aspect isn't done yet.
Yeah, he just started that a little while ago. Just right about when he attacked with the Lings is when he started it. So lurkers are not going to be done in time to face this if SuGo does decide to commit.
Yeah, unfortunately for SuGo, it doesn't look like he's going to commit. That means +1 armor just kicked in. Huge upgrade for Zerg at this point. And SuGo missing his window. And I don't know, look at supplies. It's 81 to 95. That's pretty good for Zerg.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, I think as long as... Although the only thing here is this third base, these Sunkens are both very forward Sunkens. And that leaves no defense. Then SuGo can go right into the mineral line, but it looks like SuGo just doesn't want to commit here. I really think he could pressure this third base a little bit more. He doesn't have to go in and get caught in a choke, and it's just one Sunken.
Yeah, so I have found the Hive Nest. It's at the third base. This is going to be fast Hive Tech like we saw last time. It could be Guardians. We have the Spire at the bottom. I don't think so because we have Lurker aspect coming in. Probably going to be Mass Ling with Crack.
I feel like SuGo really missed an opportunity there. I think he's just a little bit, maybe just a little bit scared. NeMu's aggressive. He's had enough. You see that sometimes when players feel like they're playing someone better. They're just like, oh my god, this guy's going to block this. And I think SuGo could have put on a lot of pressure and forced a little bit more out from NeMu, but now that window is definitely passed.
Yeah, he definitely missed the window with +1, but I do love SuGo's follow-up here, is we're seeing Reavers come out with a lot of Dragoons. This is something that I really wish Aru had done yesterday versus Jaeyoon. Jaeyoon really surviving by the skin of his teeth, just barely. If Aru had any amount of Reaver mixed in, he could have definitely busted through. And this would work very good versus what NeMu's doing. NeMu, he's got Mass Ling Lurker. There's going to have no engagement onto the Reaver.
Yep, and that'll add a little bit of splash, and along with the Archons, like it's gonna be pretty hard to run in there on, 3 or 4 Archons in the mix, and there aren't gonna be any Hydra to go for the Reaver snipes.
So this Burrowed Ling is doing work. It's delayed the third Nexus for so long. It's gonna force cannons. There's no Observer either.
Oh, and Alert's gonna get over here too.
Oh my gosh.
Is he gonna put a Zealot on top and just do that? Because he could do that with the Archons. He could just put a Zealot on top and Archon shot.
Yeah, that is one of the things you can do with
Although he can't do that with the Burrowed Ling, I guess it's too much surface area. Like, he would not be able to find the right spot. He could do it for the Lurker because of where the spines tell you, informing you of the Lurker's location. But the Burrowed Ling, I guess you can't really put a Zealot on top of because you don't know exactly where it is. It's too small.
If he found the Zealot, the Ling, my mind would be blown. But anyways, we've got a huge army for SuGo.
I would like to see SuGo. I mean, he wants a third base, right? So I would kind of like to see him just take the island because he has his shuttle out. But now he's got an obs out, so he can clear this out.
Yeah, this is Eddie. So if he had a shuttle, he can take top middle, and most likely Zerg.
And the other thing with that is, being Hive, like you're not going to have OB speed and drops out anytime soon, so it makes it pretty safe to take that base.
Yeah, so I would like that play if he could take top middle, maybe even just double expand. But I am getting worried now because NeMu's Hive has kicked in. Trying to check if we have Crack. Crack is done.
Yeah.
We also have +2 armor coming in, so he's going to counteract SuGo's upgrades. He's even going to have +1. He already has +1 weapon on his Lings.
Yeah,
so these Lings are going to be chewing through.
Because you got to remember, every +1 on that represents like a 20% increase in damage output, which is really absurd.
Yeah, and because of how Protoss is with their shields always taking full damage. Even units like Archons, which counter Lings, all of a sudden Lings are just going to start massacring them. But the army from SuGo is massive.
Yeah, it is. It's a very large supply advantage. I don't think there's Defiler tech out. And there's this Reaver in here. So SuGo can't run in with the Zealots like this, I don't think. But I don't think NeMu is expecting the Reaver.
Yeah, I don't think so either. A lot of Protoss players I see, they just stay on Gateway Man Tech for the entire game. I love Reaver play here.
All right, and NeMu runs in, but good pickups on the show. And way too much Protoss here for NeMu to attack directly with his Lings. But that is quite a deep spread of Lurker. It's going to take quite a while, and it looks like NeMu might have enough gas that he can almost just keep making Lurkers at the rate these Reavers can kind of clean them out.
Yeah, it's true. He has a ton of Lurkers. Even building
He's got
more
4 gas, too.
Lurkers. Look how deep it is.
Yeah, oh yeah. And he was just morphing like another 6. And he's still got 500 gas in the bank. Oh, NeMu wants to surround here. This is a bold move without Defilers and attacking into all this splash. He's not able to shred the Zealots, and I don't really think this is working out for him. I think he's wasting some money here.
Yeah, this seems like.
But still, look how many Lurkers there are. SuGo is running into this. He still can't. There's way too many Lurkers. Normally, Zerg sends in a control group of Lurkers, and you're like, oh, okay, I can attack, but not this time.
No, there's just so
and
many.
And there's
Lurkers.
still more just a wall of Lurkers, but again, there's a lot of Dragoons here, and the Archons are still alive. There's actually still a decent number of Zealots still alive, and the Reavers are still alive. SuGo is controlling well here.
I don't know. All the Zealots are getting shredded, and remember,
Yeah,
these are cracklings on 6 or 7 hatchery.
Yeah,
now
it's
high
thinning
upgrades.
out. Now it's thinning out. Are there reinforcements? Why are there not these Zealot reinforcements? He's making more Archons, but he's at the tipping point, and he hasn't reinforced fast enough.
Oh,
and whoa, suddenly the replay wins a 2x. Whoa, okay. Okay. I was like, what just happened?
Well,
All right,
looks
so now
like,
he's trying to reinforce.
it looks like NeMu held. Like,
yeah.
we don't have enough Dragoons at this point. Sure, we have the Reavers, but the Archons are gone. I'm trying to... NeMu almost has +2 weapon on his Lings, so
I'm not positive. I'm not confident SuGo could have won that with reinforcements, but I definitely feel like he was over microing and not reinforcing cost him any chance he had to get something done there. And of course, now he's got no 4th base, and he's mining out at 2 bases, so he's against a 5-base NeMo, so it's pretty grim. It's one of those classic Protoss moments where Protoss's army looks really scary, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if he could have won there, but he definitely needed to reinforce. But he's going in again. Now there's definitely way fewer Lurkers.
Yeah,
he may just have too much for SuGo at this point. It's pure Ling at this point.
Oh, Muta transition right now, though. Interesting.
He's trying to get Greater Spire. It's morphing right now. He does not have the ability to make Guardians just yet. All he has to do is really hold on. He's got 5-6 base, but SuGo's army is huge. He needs to reinforce, though. Okay, there it goes. He's
Okay. Now SuGo's reinforcing, and where did all go? He had more, I felt like. Are they defending other bases? No. NeMu's expanding like crazy around the map, though, but SuGo is pressuring here at the heart of NeMu. And, the Hive is exposed if he does start to break into that natural, and with only 2 Lurkers and Reavers to fight the Sunkens, everything is going to kind of hinge on getting these Guardians out in time.
Yeah, well, you can tell that NeMu's, I guess, decided he can't fight out on the open map because he's got a bunch of Sunkens going down to his natural, even the 3rd base. But because he took this 3rd base so fast, look, his minerals are pretty low there. There's not much saturation at bottom right.
Running in without Lurkers. Where is the Greater Spire? I don't think there's enough here. Maybe if the Mutas can get the Reavers down. But the Zealots are running in here. These Sunkens are going to fall. And where are the reinforcements? SuGo, the lack of reinforcements is killing me here. I think NeMu is going to hold this. But with reinforcements, would he have held this? I don't see units streaming across the map despite this massive eco.
How is NeMu's supply so high? He's at 115.
Yeah, it's like he's got nothing.
Units. There's got to be Ultra somewhere.
Yeah, what's building? Let me see what the building hatchery is. I don't know. No, he's making the Guardians now. I don't understand where his supply is at all. What?
It's only 3 Guardians. It's not very much. He even gonna lose his Hive, but luckily for him, he at least has the Ultra Den and.
He's got Guardians all over the place, though. This is gonna be like a 360-degree Guardian surround. But actually, but SuGo's not reinforcing. SuGo, why are you not reinforcing this? What? I guess because he's got all Zealots and he doesn't want to reinforce against Guardians, but it's still a weird decision. If he would have been reinforcing this, he would have already been inside the main killing stuff.
Well, there's no supporting cast for these Guardians. They're gonna die, but there's so many Lings.
Yeah, now there's enough.
And NeMu, he's ahead in supply. And SuGo, he's mined out at his main. He's essentially mined out as natural. He's having the same issue.
SuGo has it as natural. Like, why? The reinforcements, and now NeMu's got, what, 7 bases, and SuGo's on 3, so SuGo's pretty dead now.
Yeah, it's the same issue that Aru had versus Jaeyoon, is we didn't take bases fast enough, and now NeMu's, he's still on 4 or 5 base, essentially mining. SuGo's on 1. And we lost all of our key tech units there. We lost Archons, we lost Dragoons, we lost the shuttle with both of the Reavers. We have 1 Templar out. That means we got 1 Storm maximum. Well, the Reaver's here, but if SuGo wanted to attack bottom right, I feel like he should have attacked.
There's no obs. There's no obs. Oh my god, he actually had a scary moment because there's only 2 lurkers here. He definitely killed the, I don't know what you call this, 4th base, 5th base, but he's got no obs with this army. And, well, NeMu's got a lot of lings here, but there's not a lot of splash. And the upgrade should be pretty good for NeMu.
Yeah, NeMu is
2 against 2-0. Yeah, that's pretty good lings. Just needs to get rid of the Reaver. Here's some Scourge now, getting rid of the Shuttle Reavers down. So now Ling Flood will take this out, especially without any sort of... Oh, okay, there's 1 obs here now. But that's not going to live long, and SuGo's just getting cleaned up here.
Yeah, so SuGo just... He's just fizzling out, and we have 150 supply Zerg. Zerg even sees the 4th base being taken. He's on, like, 10 hatcheries. He's going to go kill at any moment now.
Yep.
So NeMu's going to make it out. In 2nd place, him and Terror going to be getting out of Group C. Very nicely done from NeMu.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly really, really surprised that SuGo's 2nd attack was almost scarier than his 1st attack. But I mean, I can't say that SuGo would have won with reinforcements, but oh man, both of those attacks would have been way scarier if he would have reinforced. But he had, at both times, almost 2 control groups or more sitting back at his nat that were not used to reinforce.
Well, SuGo has gotten his 4th base up, but it's just a matter of time. Once this army gets cleaned up, we're going to be sending in the Ling Ultra. There's the GG from SuGo. Wow, NeMu, the sleeper. Well, at least a sleeper for me, because I don't know this guy, but he's pretty damn good. Really looking forward to his play in the future rounds. And for those of you that were sleeping on NeMu, you got to be, or at least the players, you got to be worried about this guy. Like, he played weird in the first series. Yeah, he played weird in our last game, but it was more macro based. So very tricky player to play against.
Definitely. Although, like I said, I feel like he definitely had chances in the 2nd game. You know, the 1st game with the 4-gate or whatever, you know, NeMu was just better, and he was kind of just better in the 2nd game. But the lack of reinforcements and some of the opportunities, that the 2nd game felt like a few more missed opportunities from SuGo.
Yeah, the reinforcements might have turned the tides. I don't know.